Evening all, 5:25 on the 17th of July 2022. Having just checked the Met Office forecast and this alleged red warning for extreme heat, which is basically 30 odd degrees, it's hardly extreme heat. The reason they're putting that in for Britain is because, particularly in the north, we've had north winds pretty much all year, which is it's going to go back to on Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning. And it will be from 32 down to 17 in one day. What I want to talk about is how they are making it so hot all of a sudden out of nowhere. So like I say, the wind miraculously switched round from north to south somewhere in the early hours this morning, which means as Central Europe has been very, very hot for quite a long period of time now, that is blowing an awful lot of warm air over Britain, which they trapped with a blanket of cloud this morning. I'll show you what the sky's like now in a minute. Since then, there's not been that many planes this afternoon, and weirdly the sky has cleared, allowing the sun to warm up the earth even more. With warm air and warm sun, things warm up a lot quicker than when they've got a northeast or a northwesterly wind. It's as simple as that. So, we get a few hours of direct sunshine this afternoon. The sprayers are out, you can see them. I mean, there's massive lines across the sky all over the shop. However, they will turn up en masse again in the next hour or two, I would expect, and blanket this out so that all the heat that's been built up today will be trapped again under a layer of shit. And then, miraculously, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, the cloud layer lifts again. 6 or 7 hours of solid, hardcore sunshine. Ground heats up even more. Blanket layer of cloud, trapped in totally uncomfortable heat. Everyone thinks global warming. Right, can't be global warming. We don't live on a globe. I really must stop using that phrase. It's one of those. It's kind of in there, but it's not something I want to reiterate. We don't need to push this any more of these agendas that are lies. Hey presto, and then back down to 17 on Wednesday. Cold northeasterly wind. You'll feel it. You'll be like, fucking hell, how does that happen? As I've explained in many other videos, it happens by using certain beams that push winds in certain places. They can hold storms in certain places. They can hold clouds wherever they want. It's a very, very complex thing, this geoengineering. As I've said, that Menwith Hill place over there is basically a load of golf balls. They're not golf balls, they're massive dome things that can emit rays everywhere. And I know there's something like 20 of them over there. You can see which ones are turned on at any given time by looking at which direction the bands are across the sky. Now, I would say at the moment there's probably 3 of them on. I can see a distinct set of banding there, a distinct set of banding there, and a distinct set of banding going that way. This is fairly standard. I'll show you the sky now and you can have a look for yourself. So, we got banding over there, we got banding over there, we got banding there, and there's normally banding in that direction. I can't see any going that way at the moment. However, there's normally a beam heading out that way somewhere. In fact, there is. I can see it in the distance over there. So it's quite a large area, so it's quite capable of sending beams all over this patch of sky here. And as you can see, there's another one going through now. So these are basically tracking the line of the sun now. Like I say, so they'll let the sun shine for a little while longer, and as it gets further away in the sky and therefore not giving us as much heat, they'll trap in whatever heat is already here, and hey presto, horrible evening, 20 odd degrees. You say a horrible evening. If it's a country where you're used to it, it's a totally different thing. We don't get a chance to adjust in this country because they literally will suddenly switch it from one thing to another. And that's why people struggle with it, and this is why they put the warnings out, because nobody really knows how to deal with it, because we don't get, our bodies don't get a chance to adjust to it. Yeah, they're hammering it. There's another one going through now. See, interestingly, that one that just came across there turned it off there. Look, went across in front of the sun and then turned it off. And this is fairly standard behaviour. But as you can see, the harp's on. So all this wispy stuff will form into a fairly dense mat fairly quickly. A lot of this wispy stuff is sprayed by, and I keep seeing people putting posts out going, the difference between a contrail and a chemtrail, and I have to keep correcting them and saying, this is not true. This contrail thing is a con. It is like, unfortunately, we have been sold up the river for a long time by this contrail thing, and having made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos of this sky over the last few years, like I say, I've got 400 videos on here. I've made countless Facebook lives over the last few years, tons of little videos anyway, so I do have a clue what I'm talking about. I spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours watching this, and if you want to know what's going on in the sky, watch it. It's as simple as that, and you'll see for yourself that, like, it's not all about these chemtrails. Sometimes you don't even see a trail in the sky, and yet the wispy haze appears. So, like I say, the contrail thing falls flat on its face if you watch enough. It is what it is. And you'll also notice that these spray planes fly a lot lower than commercial jets do. Despite the fact they're dressed up in their liveries and all the rest of it, it doesn't mean shit. These are a dedicated fleet of planes. I've said it over and over again, and I will keep reiterating it. So I'm going to leave that there, and like I say, just keep an eye on what goes on in your skies, and check your forecasts, and the two are very much linked. Check the forecast, you'll have a clue what they're going to do with the spraying. Simple as that. We've got another one going up past the sun now, another one coming up there, and as you can see, all this crazy cloud, which is about as natural as nothing. I wouldn't be at all surprised if the forecast managed to make out that this is the result of a tiny shower last night that's causing all this. I mean, it's gibberish. And you can very much tell that that's coming from above. You don't have to be a fucking rocket scientist to know that. Like, I'll leave you with it. And the sun's looking very white as usual. And peace.